We're going to talk about what you have backwards. We're going to talk about what successful entrepreneurs will do and what they're willing to do. Good morning, Sarah Elizabeth Breed. What they are willing to do and what a lot of other people are not willing to do, right? Are not willing to do. So first and foremost, I've heard this before over the years, and I just loved it. And I read an article in this about this last night, and it was already kind of something I was working on, and it just like hit me, and I was like, yes, yes, and yes, and I'm going to talk on this tomorrow morning. Hard first, easy next. I want you to all write that down. Let me see it in the feed. Hard first, easy next. Come on, flood the feed, flood the feed, flood the feed. Hard first, easy next. And I want you to think about that for a second. And I want you to take that in for a second. And I want you to go, what does that mean for me? And what does that mean in general? And how would that lead to success? And am I willing to do that? And it really rings true to the times we're going through right now, where we have to do things different and we have to show up in a different way. And we have to be willing to be flexible and shift when we need to. But it really resonates forever and for everything, right? Forever and for everything, right? Hard first, easy next. See, the reason most entrepreneurs who are starting up or just getting started have this backwards is they literally say, I want to start a business and I want to go into business because I want to have a freedom lifestyle and I want to have my own choice and I want to do what I want to do. And all of those things are wonderful rewards of being an entrepreneur. They are wonderful rewards of being in business. But it's not how business works. It's not how you grow a business. It's not how it happens. And you're getting a lot of mixed messages from a lot of wonderful teachers and trainers and coaches and mentors I know, because they're like, do it with ease and grace, and you don't have to kill yourself to do this, and you don't have to work yourself to death. And that is true, right? You don't have to do all of that. That's absolutely true. Nobody said you have to be a workaholic. Nobody said you have to sacrifice your health. Nobody said you have to work so hard that nothing else is good in your life. No one is saying that. But if you're not willing to do the hard stuff first, you'll never get to the easy stuff. Take that in for a second. If you're not willing to do the hard stuff first, you'll never get to the easy phase. So, guys, I worked my butt off in my business for years and years and years. And I worked my butt off in my business, and I did all the hard stuff. I did the embarrassing phone calls. I reached out to people I didn't want to reach out to. I would make 50 calls a day, 100 calls a day. I did all of those things that I tell you guys to do. And I did them. And my life got easier and my work got easier. And I hired salespeople and I didn't make those calls anymore. And I hired a big team and I didn't have to do a lot of the grunt work that I had to do. And I had cash flow coming in, and I had expected automated systems that brought money into my business. And once I did that, right, everything got easier. I worked less, I worked different, I had a lot more freedom, I had a lot more flexibility, I had a lot more time off. And so I was willing to do the hard stuff for years, so it was easy for the rest of my life. Then came Corona. Aunt Rona showed up. And I knew we were in a different time. And I knew that it was going to take some doubling down. And I knew that I was going to have to focus in a different way. And I knew that I was going to have to show up in a different way. And so I said, go back to the beginning and do the hard stuff first so the easy stuff comes later. And I can tell you, actually, 8 weeks into this pandemic, things are already a bit easier. And so I want to ask yourself, are you always waiting for the easy stuff? Are you waiting for this to be easier? Are you waiting for the freedom? Are you waiting for the choice? Are you waiting for the rewards? Because you will keep waiting. You will keep waiting. The way to the choice, the way to the freedom, the way to the rewards, the way to all of it is to do the hard stuff first. And the hard stuff is calling people you don't want to call. The hard stuff is doing work you don't want to do. The hard stuff is doing the same work over and over, so it's a little boring and it's a little rote. The hard stuff is going, I got to book myself. I got to get in front of people, and I got to do whatever it takes to do that. All that hard stuff, all of that foundation laying, all of that conditioning, all of that doing, right, is exactly what gets you to the easy later. I will have gastric bypass. I will lose weight and my life will be better. No, your husband will still be an asshole. Your kids will still be trouble or pain in the ass. You'll still not like your job, right? You'll still have anxiety around X, Y, and Z. You don't fix your life by losing weight, and you don't fix your life by starting a business. They're just tools. They're just things you want to do. They're just things that you want to happen. And if you don't do the hard stuff first, right? If you don't fix your brain before you fix your body, if you don't fix your brain before you fix your business, if you don't fix your finances and your profitability and your consistency and your commitment and your day-to-day strategic actions to get clients and get leads, nothing is going to change. You never get to the easy stuff.